Hi, Stephen Bones here again. I've just been listening to a guy called Brendan Burchard on his impact theory. You may not have heard of that, but he's on YouTube. You can go and listen to him if you want. But interestingly enough, he's went from losing everything in his life, absolutely everything in his life, and he was bankrupt. He packed his job up. He had a really good, cushy job, and he wanted to become a writer. He had no idea how to write, no experience in writing, and some people say you need to stick to what you're good at, and he actually breaks that status quo, which is quite interesting. And he eventually, the driving force for him, cutting the story short, was his girlfriend stuck by him all this time, and he was trying to write a book, and he got bills piling up and bills piling up, and she was more or less gone to sleep in the bed with all these bills on top of her, because she just snuck in the bed, didn't want to disturb him, because all he got was a room with a bed, and he was typing on this bed because that was his desk. And that hit him so hard that he decided at that point that he was going to master that skill. And he did. Within 18 months he was making millions of dollars. And interestingly, he talks about as well, he now coaches and helps people, and he was coaching a real top athlete, and bear in mind these guys are tenths of a second difference between one and the other, so they're so highly tuned. And he asked this guy he asked this athlete what he thought was the edge for winning. And he said, when that guy, whoever it is, gets down on those blocks and looks at that finish line and said, this is for my mum, I'm going to do this for my mum, he said, that's the one that I would suspect wins the race. Now, interesting that, isn't it? That analogy, that thing he come up with. I love listening to these guys. I really love listening to what they say, because in his view, anybody that's stepping outside the box or trying to create or develop yourself, it doesn't matter whether you're good at it or not, eventually you will get there. You've just got to challenge yourself, get over the fears and move forward. And that's what I've done. So I've been on that journey as well as a lot of other people. So thanks very much for listening. We'll speak soon.